You meet someone new today, maybe at a coffee shop, maybe on a video call. Before they say a single word, your brain has already made up its mind. Trustworthy or not, safe or not, friend or threat. This happens in about 1/10 of a second. Faster than you can blink twice. Faster than you can even notice you did it. You think you are being rational. You are not. You're running a program that is millions of years old. Here is the strange part. That snap judgment rarely changes once you know someone better. Studies show that giving people more time to look at a face does not make their trust judgment more accurate. It just makes them more confident in the same first impression. Your brain is not gathering evidence. It already decided. It is just looking for permission to keep believing what it decided in that first flash. Why would evolution build a mind that judges so fast and so hard? To understand this, you have to go back. Not centuries, hundreds of thousands of years. Long before written language, before agriculture, before permanent settlements. Your ancestors lived in small, tightly bound groups, maybe 30 people, maybe 150 at most. Everyone in that group knew everyone else. A stranger's face was rare, and rare things, in the ancestral environment, were dangerous by default. Think about what a stranger actually meant back then. Not an inconvenience, not an awkward introduction. A stranger could mean a rival group scouting your territory. A stranger could mean someone about to steal your food, your mate, or your child. A stranger could mean violence with no warning. There was no police force to call, no courtroom to sort out disputes. There was only your own judgment, made in an instant, with your life on the line. So, your brain built a shortcut, a fast, but often life-saving way to answer one question before anything else: is this person safe to be near? The psychologist Alexander Todorov spent years studying exactly this. His research found that people form trustworthiness judgments from a face in about 100 milliseconds. Not after a conversation, not after watching someone's behavior, just from the shape of their face, speaking still, saying nothing. Certain features get flagged as trustworthy almost universally. Wider eyes, higher eyebrows, a face that looks more relaxed than tense. Certain features get flagged as untrustworthy just as fast. Narrow eyes, lowered brows, a face that looks angry even when the person is not angry at all. Here is the unsettling truth. These judgments are often wrong. Todorov's work shows that facial trustworthiness ratings barely correlate with someone's actual behavior. A person with a trustworthy face is not statistically more honest. A person with an untrustworthy face is not statistically more likely to lie or steal. Your brain is not reading truth. It is reading shape. It evolved to make a fast guess with incomplete information because in the ancestral world, a fast wrong guess that kept you alive was better than a slow right one that got you killed. This is where the amygdala comes in. Buried deep in your brain, the amygdala is your built-in threat detector. It does not wait for your conscious mind to catch up. It fires first and asks questions later. Neuroscientist Ralph Adolphs has shown that the amygdala activates in response to facial features long before the rest of your brain has consciously processed who you are even looking at. It is scanning eyes, brows, the angle of a jaw, the width of cheekbones. It is comparing what it sees to an ancient internal template of safe versus dangerous. And it does all of this without asking your permission. You do not choose to distrust a stranger's face. Your amygdala chooses for you. Then it hands you the feeling and lets you believe you thought of it yourself. Now here is where it gets even stranger. This system did not evolve for a world of 8 billion people. It evolved for a world of maybe a few dozen. Your ancestors might encounter a genuine stranger once every few months, maybe once a year. Their trust circuitry was calibrated for rare, high-stakes encounters. Today, you scroll past hundreds of unfamiliar faces before lunch. Every social media profile, every online seller, every face on the news, every person in a crowded train station. Your ancient alarm system was not built for this volume. It was built for scarcity. Now it fires constantly on faces that pose no threat at all, because it cannot tell the difference between a stranger in a job interview and a stranger who might have hunted your ancestors 200,000 years ago. This is why first impressions feel so powerful and so hard to shake. You are not being shallow. You are running software installed long before shopping malls, long before resumes, long before dating apps. The brain that decides whether to trust a new coworker is the same brain that once decided whether to trust a hunter from an unfamiliar tribe standing at the edge of camp. There is a deeper twist here too. Researcher Nicholas Rule found that people can make surprisingly consistent judgments about a stranger from a face alone, judgments about competence, even likability, all within a fraction of a second. And total strangers tend to agree with each other on these snap ratings far more than chance would predict. That agreement is the giveaway. If trust judgments were purely random noise, different people would land on wildly different conclusions about the same face. Instead, most people converge on the same verdict almost instantly. That is not culture. That is not personal experience. That is a shared, ancient, hardwired system running quietly underneath conscious thought. The same system in nearly every human brain, reacting to nearly the same cues. So, what do you do with a brain like this? You cannot switch it off. The amygdala does not respond to logic. It responds to shape, symmetry, and expression, built up over evolutionary time, but you can know it is there. You can notice the flash judgment and hold it a little more loosely. You can remind yourself that the coworker with a serious resting expression is not more dishonest than the coworker who smiles easily. You can remember that Todorov's data exists for a reason. Your gut reaction to a stranger's face is not a verdict. It is an inheritance. Think about the last time you disliked someone immediately for no clear reason, no rude comment, no bad behavior, just a feeling. That feeling had an author, and the author was not you. It was tens of thousands of generations of ancestors who survived by trusting their instant reads of unfamiliar faces, and who passed that exact circuitry down to you, fully intact, fully active, still running in a world it was never designed for. Every stranger you meet today triggers a system built to protect people who lived in small bands, hunting and gathering, surrounded by threats that could appear at any moment. That system does not know the difference between a barista and a rival tribe member. Only knows shape, expression, and speed, and it will keep making up its mind about every face you meet, in a tenth of a second, whether you want it to or not. So the next time a new face crosses your path today, and your gut instantly whispers friend or foe, remember what is actually happening. It is not judgment. It is memory, ancient, wordless, written into the architecture of your brain long before you were born, still deciding, in an instant, whether to trust a stranger's face.